Daily sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Las Vegas. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
22 yards there, a first down. Locke gonna throw. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. So 4 plays, Charles, all passes here on the opening drive and already in the red zone.
And even if you're planning for them to throw the football a lot, on the opening drive, if they go 4 for 4 on you, you're off balance on defense. I've been there before. And part of you keeps thinking, they've got to run it at some point, right? They've got them really mixed up at this point. If I were them, I'd keep pressing the advantage. They're throwing it really well.
Second and 10. Now Locke again. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Raiders nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And there to make the tackle, Pat Surtain, the rookie first-round pick. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On first down, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Derek Carr, very precise thrower of the football. What's the game plan for going up against him? You know, it used to be take away the short stuff, I know, but he's more than a dink and dunker, right?
And you are right about that. Great analysis of him because he has evolved as a thrower. Now he can push the ball downfield, but still, the number one things you want to take away, short passes, intermediate passes. So sharp, precise, and accurate. You've got to sit on those routes in order to cause him problems.
Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage, being the road.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They give him a gain of 38.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Quick slant to Hamler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on second down, Locke. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Locke now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Locke. That's out to the flat for Gordon. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Raiders 0.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Carr. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. This, the 2nd meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Watch the safety creep. Check the backer, check the backer. Check 43.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
22, Mike 22. Watch the curl.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Carr now on 1st down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Alert 3. Quick dash.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On play action, it's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Carr going to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Carr. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory, and he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
He's coming. Check in. Silver. Check 52. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a play fake. Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Mike 13. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Shoot. Watch the edge.
On second down, it's Drake. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Now Carr. Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Locke now to throw. This will be caught. Judy. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now Locke. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Denzel Perryman gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Here's Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Block off of play action. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
The score, Broncos 22, Raiders nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
56.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. Block working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Locke looks to throw it again. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, it's Locke. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. And that is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Here we go. 637. He's coming.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Here's Locke to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. He crosses over out of bounds. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Gordon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. To throw it is Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. McManus's point after is good, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Raiders nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. In his own end zone, it's Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. Flush to his right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Running right through him. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They go with Jacobs. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. And that's on the rookie first-round pick, Alex Leatherwood. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. Open man, that's Renfro. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Coming. 29.
Carr going to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the Raiders' 27-yard line.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. Going right back to Fant. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by one more.
Raiders nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Carr now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle up.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it just keeps getting worse as they're going to fall to 1-14. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.